Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Release of 23 train passengers, not end of bandit attacks. FG declares Monday public holiday. Stop killing us, we are not criminals, Fulani Group. And to the next story, soldier killed while mediating in Edes farmers clash. And on sport, international friendly Super Eagles to play Costa Rica in November. Now, the news in details. Osman Yusuf, Secretary of the Chief of Defense Staff Action Committee, says the recent release of the remaining kidnapped train passengers is not the end of Boko Haram and bandit attacks, urging Nigerians to play an active role in securing the country and freeing those still held hostage. Mr. Yusuf stated the fact that these 23 victims are released does not mean it is the end of our journey. There are many more in hands of bandits and Boko Haram. The CDS Committee Secretary added, "Our goal is peace for this country, which is why we came in. We are glad that the Chief of Defense Staff has found the committee useful to complement their collective components." He noted that securing the country was not the responsibility of security agencies alone, but the collective efforts of all Nigerians. We should not only sit and begin to lament that the security agencies are not doing anything, Mr. Yusuf added. God will ask each and every one of us what we did, and that is why we came in. This is our country, and we have no other apart from it. Mr. Yusuf made the appeal in an interview with journalists on Thursday, shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari met with the released 23 Abuja-Kaduna train passengers at the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. Moving on to the next story as regards Maulud Nabi. The federal government has declared Monday, 10th October 2022 as public holiday. A statement issued by Minister of Interior Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola said the holiday is to mark this year's Eid al-Maulud celebration in commemoration of the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aregbesola congratulated all Muslims both at home and in diaspora for witnessing this year's occasion. He admonished all Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of love, peace, tolerance, and perseverance, which are deep spiritual virtues and which are that of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam exemplified life, adding that doing so would guarantee peace, security, and harmony in the country. He enjoined Nigerians, particularly Muslims, to refrain from violence, lawlessness, and other acts of criminality. As the indisputable leader of our race, we must demonstrate responsible leadership in Africa, the minister concluded. While calling for a stop to all divisive tendencies across the country, Aregbesola urges all Nigerians, and youth in particular, to embrace the virtues of hard work and peaceful disposition to fellow human beings, irrespective of faith, ideology, social class, and ethnicity, and join hands with the President Muhammadu Buhari be proud of. He wished all Muslims a happy celebrations and Nigerians a happy holiday. Moving on to the next story. The Folbe Global Development and Rights Initiative, FGDRI, Thursday condemned the continuous stereotype and killing of Fulanese in the country. The group alleged that Fulanese were being killed without recourse to humanity. President General of FGDRI, Salim Musa Umar, stated this in a statement made available to journalists in Kaduna, adding that the country could not survive a Rwanda experience which is already starting. FGDRI, while reacting to massacres of innocent pastoralists in Bali, in Taraba, and Brendengwari in Kaduna, said there were not isolated incidents, but examples of years of sustained pattern of elimination, annihilation, and ethnic cleansing of Folbe-heading communities in various states of the Federation. It is our conviction that Edes are mostly peaceful, self-respecting Nigerians that contribute more than a quarter of the country's GDPs, that derive from agriculture, a sector sustained, maintained, and financed by the livestock sector, which is largely dependent on the heading communities, the group said. The group expressed gratitude for the swift response of security agencies in apprehending 4 suspects connected with the crime in Taraba State and to the Kaduna State government for its proactive measures in addressing the issue. Moving on to the next story as regards the national news. A soldier who was mediating in a conflict between farmers and herders in Guri local government area of Jigawa State was killed on Wednesday. Residents said the assailants were the herders who were in conflict with farmers in the area. Premium Times is yet to independently verify his claim. The assailant also took away the soldier's rifle. Residents said the soldier, Danlami Danjuma, a sergeant, was among the soldiers who responded to a distress call from Gaigia community where herders were said to have encroached into farmland. The local government chairman, Musa Mohammed, told Premium Times that authorities, including the Fulani community, have condemned the incident and are searching for the assailant and the rifle. The soldiers died in the line of duty. They were there to prevent a fight between the farmers and herders. Unfortunately, he was killed. The herders are in desperate search of pasture following the devastating effects of flooding on the grazing areas and farmlands. The soldiers rushed to the scene to quell tension after herders encroached into farmland, the council chairman said. He added that the suspected criminals are believed to be a group of strange herders who visit the area annually in search of pasture. And finally, on the news, a sports story. In continuation of the build-up to the return to competitive international football next year, the senior national team of Nigeria will take on Costa Rica next month in San Jose. The agreement for the game was announced on the official Twitter handle of the senior national team of Nigeria. The game is confirmed for the 10th of November, and it is one of the two games they will play next month. Already, an agreement has been struck with Portugal for another game just before the commencement of the World Cup. The games were lined up following the postponement of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers and also the failure of the team to qualify for the World Cup proper. New coach of the national team, Jose Peseiro, is yet to win any friendly game since his appointment. He drew and lost 1 in 2 games against the B team of Algeria 2-2 and the main team 1-2 respectively. The other 2 games were against Mexico and Ecuador. Both games ended in defeat for Nigerian team. That was the national news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. We brought to you release of 23 train passengers, not end of bandit, officials from the presidency. FG declares Monday public holiday to commemorate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And lastly, international friendly between Super Eagles and Costa Rica to be played in November. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement for goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon and Jumat Mufida to all Muslim faithfuls.